and gentlemen, hello and welcome along to our coverage of the 2024 LAMMA Show right here in Birmingham at the NEC. So we're not going to hang about, we're going to get stuck straight in, and we find ourselves kicking off on the new Holland stand. I'm joined by David Redmond, who is going to give us a little tour of some of the tractors that is on their stand. So David, kick us off. We've got
the new T7 340 heavy duty. Yeah, so the range has now expanded.
Right.
We had a 290, a 315, and now we've increased the horsepower again to 340.
You eked out more horsepower this way, because it was a bit of a beast before with the 315, wasn't it? And now
she's even more of a beast now.
I was going to say, and in terms of the models that you've got now, have you dropped one out of that range?
Yeah, so the 275, the T7 275, which was at the bottom, we've dropped out.
Right.
Because that's now made way for the T7 300, the new long wheelbase tractor. So the tractor with the same cab, the same PLMI cab on. We've now got that in our range, but this one's now more horsepower at the top end. Right,
good stuff. So, right then, give us a whistle-stop tour of this brand new development, because this is hot off its launch at Agritechnica, which we saw it there, but since we're now in the UK, we've got to see it again for the UK audience. So yeah, talk us through engine for a start off. So how have you got more power out of this? Because it must have been close to its limit, surely.
No, so the engine is the 6.75 litre that we use in the majority of our tractors.
Yeah, the FPT motor in there.
You've got it, and she's just got bigger cooling capacity. Okay, she's got slightly different kind of injectors, turbocharged to get the power out of her, but she's exactly the same block.
Structurally,
it's
still the same.
Right. The difference with this tractor compared to like the long wheelbase is this tractor sits on a cast iron sump, so the engine is supported by a sump. So as you can see from in here, where the suspension is, where it hangs at the front, the engine sits on that sump. So that's what takes.
That's your big stressed area.
Area. So the engine's not really stressed on this kind of tractor to what
it's kind of sat on top of there, doing its thing. Yeah. And the sump is taking all the load from back to front, basically.
You've got it. It's producing power, what it's supposed to do. End of story. So it's a 6.7 litre engine, 340 horsepower rated, 340 horsepower maximum. So it's a flat power curve.
What you see is what you get on this bonnet.
Yeah, exactly. Right. 100%, 340 all the way.
So there's no boost or any fancy trickery like that. No, it is 340 horse all day long.
Massive great fuel tank to feed it.
Yeah.
So 630 litres. Yeah, so there's pretty much a good,
keep going all day, will it?
Good day's work in there, plus a bit more the next day as well.
That's what we need, isn't it?
And a 96 litre AdBlue tank. So she's massive fuel carrying capacity on this tractor. We've got obviously the new PLM Intelligence cab, so everything with the new armrest inside the cab. Yeah. This one's got the screen behind the steering wheel, so we have the ability to have the screen inside the steering wheel or behind the steering wheel.
Let's see if cameraman Chris can climb up there without falling on his ass. He's doing all right so far. So, like I say, so this has got the dash behind the steering wheel, but you can have that funky option
inside the steering wheel.
Right. Yeah. And what's feedback on that been like?
Some people love it. Yeah.
Is it a bit Marmite or?
Yeah. I mean, once you've driven it for the day and got used to it, it's absolutely phenomenal. You know, you kind of don't go back. It's like a telehandler. Yeah. You don't want to go back again. But when people first see it, they think, "Oh, I'm not sure as I like it." But then you have to drive it and try it for the day. You really do. So.
That's it.
So the new armrest, obviously we've seen that before.
Yeah.
This is, again, something that people really love, and it's taken us into that next league.
Okay, it's what you needed, wasn't it? When that came out.
Exactly.
Right, so moving around then, that cab sorted. Go on, give us some options on tyres, because you've got some
tyres. We have obviously the big Michelins on this one at the moment, the 710 42s. We can kind of go down. We can go 800s, 900s on there, so we can fully kit her out in tyres. We have a big option of tyres.
Right, and can you get like central tyre inflation?
So this tractor is central tyre inflation ready. Right. It's pre-drilled to take the PTG system. So that's fully integrates.
Pre-drilled in the trumpet houses.
In the trumpet houses, so the back integrates into the isobus system of the tractor. And then it's proper integrated into the tractor.
And with that being isobus control, if I plugged in an isobus implement, have I still got control over both?
Yes, you have. So the isobus plug that's on the back of the tractor, we don't use for the central tyre inflation. It's wired, it's hardwired into the separate system. Yes.
Good stuff. Right, back end then. How much she lifted?
Yeah, so she's pretty much 11 tonne on the rear.
Right.
We've got 5 spool valves on here as standard. Something that you'll notice as well, we've kind of gone back to is quick release levers on there.
Yes. Yeah. Where we got? Up here.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, so we've now gone over to Bosch, so we can get 140 litres a minute of flow out the back of that.
Right.
So she's got a fair amount of flow. You'll notice as well we've got hydraulic cab suspension.
That's it, just in here, Chris?
Yeah, so
diving in there.
We've got 3 ride level settings for that. So a soft, medium and a hard. So for any operator.
Whatever you fancy.
If you're light like me, or if you...
I see where you're going with this. If you're slightly bulkier like me.
I'm not saying anything.
A slightly heavier stature, such as I. We can firm it up.
Yeah. And then round the back here we have our switches. So we have our normal tractor switches, our up and down for our linkage, our configurable button for our, so any of our rear remotes we can configure on there. And then we've got an engine kill switch as well, which is absolutely brilliant. So you can stop the tractor from the rear, connect up your PTO shaft, and then away you go.
Right. Good stuff. So that's the big girl.
That's the big one. Yep.
So we'll move on now to, this is a standard wheelbase machine.
So this is a standard wheelbase. So this is a T7225. This is the top end of the standard wheelbase. Yeah. So within the standard wheelbase range for the UK market, we have a 190, a 210, and then the 225.
Right. So three models in there.
Three models. Right. Yeah. So there is a T7165S. Yeah. So the S is kind of like entry level spec. Right. But we obviously don't have that here today. But the 225 is fairly unique. Obviously this one's in blue power. Yeah. But it's only unique because it's a CVT or auto command transmission only. Right. So the other models you can have the choice. Right. Semi power shift, full power shift, or CVT.
So this top power one, it's auto command only.
Only. Right. Yeah, yeah. So again, same engine, same 6.7 litre engine in the tractor. We've got front linkage on here, you can have front PTO. This is a good, lightweight, high horsepower tractor.
Well, this effectively replaced what was the popular sort of 210 model, wasn't it?
So the 210 was a real key seller for us. Yeah. Now is the 225 is starting to take over. So,
right, got you. And then cab-wise?
Cab-wise, it's got the standard shell on, so the kind of body what you've been used to, the Sidewinder armrest in here with the IntelliView 4 screen, so it's a slightly different screen to the bigger brother at the moment. Yeah. So but you can have that bigger screen in here if you wished. Round the back here, obviously we've got 4 remotes on here. You can have, obviously these are electronic remotes. On the 210 you can have a mixture of mechanical remotes on as well if you wanted to. So, so for the operators that don't like the electronics, we still offer that kind of simple.
So you could do a nice simple spec of this tractor.
Yeah, exactly that. Or what we call a classic spec. So push button gear change, mechanical rear remotes. So it's.
I was going to say, because a tractor of this size, you have to meet the demands of a very wide audience, a wide range of users, isn't it?
Very much so. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Good stuff. Right. So I think we're now going to swap over to Ian, wherever Ian is hiding.
Yeah, I'll hand you over to Ian, and he'll talk to you about his T5s.
So, ladies and gents, we round off our look at New Holland's tractors on its stands, and I'm now joined by Mr. Ian Fold, who's going to talk us through this little baby of yours, which is the T5 100S.
It is, yes.
So, yeah, hit me with it. What you got?
T5 100S. It's the sort of the lower spec range in the T5 model lineup. Right. So it's got a nice, everything's combined, 4-pillar cab. Yeah. Range between 90 and 120 horsepower. Right. So the T5 ranges, this fits nice and snugly in there for the all-round utility farm.
Right. So this actual S decal that you've got on the side of that pretty much denotes this is a simple spec version of the T5. Yeah, because you've got a lot of models in that T5 range. It's huge. There's a lot of wide range of spec.
It is. It goes T5 power shuttle, T5 electro command, T5S. Yeah, I'm
going to say you got all sorts in there. So this is the entry level, you might say, is it?
Yeah. Nice, simple. This is the entry level, but it's a perfect sort of utility tractor, livestock enterprise. You can get it from the factory loader ready. Yeah. All you've got to do is order up the loader for it, and it's just plug and play. Right. Quite literally.
So this model we've got here, it's the T5.100. Yep. 100, I am assuming 100 horse this model.
Approximately, yep.
Engine that you've got on this one?
It's the FPT engine, 3.6 litre. Right. Engine, it's still AdBlue, but everything's all contained under the hood.
Yeah, so all your emissions treatment.
Yeah, all emissions treatments.
You've got it squeezed under there.
It's all squeezed on there. They're very, very clever at what they've done. We haven't got a huge, great box.
I was going to say, because that's rather than having, if we have a slip round here, sorry Chris, we slip round here, that's rather than having a massive great lump of emissions treatment down there.
Exactly. So when you're manoeuvring around tight confined spaces, you've still got the visibility through your corner post.
Which is what you need in yards when you're up against stanchions and things like that.
Absolutely.
Good stuff.
Absolutely.
Like I say, you got your 4-pillar cab.
4-pillar cabs again, better visibility around.
And then round the back then, if we slide around here, just talk us through some of the spec.
Around the back, so we've got 3 double acting spool valves. 2 external lift rams, so it gives us a good lift capacity, getting up to around 4 tonne.
Yeah.
4 tonne lift capacity. Select various options for PTO configurations, and also have remote, very simple rear linkage control.
Just a nice mechanical linkage control.
Absolutely, yeah.
In terms of control of this tractor, I assume it is mostly all mechanical on this, or is it?
Yeah.
In terms of spills and everything like that?
Yeah, the go-to is very simple. It's got the simple, well-proven lift-o-matic system, which everyone's familiar with, the old click-clack system on there for the hydraulics, and it does what it says on the tin.
That's it, it's got its place, hasn't it? Because not all of us want all singing, all dancing, full of gizmos and gadgets. But, something like this is...
It's a cracking little tractor, lovely to drive. Lovely to drive.
If you say so yourself.
I do say so myself.
Good stuff. Well, Ian, as ever, thank you very much for your time.
My pleasure.
Absolutely spot on that. And we shall now go see what else we can find.